Welcome, everybody, to this edition of the Spartan Sports Report. You're on TV3, and Sam and I are happy to have the softball coach at CHS with us, Steve Ruble. Steve, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
You're doing well. How about the girls?
The girls are doing really well. They're doing better than me. So.
Okay.
They're a little younger.
Yeah, yes, they get around a little better.
What's your record right now?
16-3.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty Three losses. What teams did you lose to?
Fishers lost about 3-2. Then we lost to Shelbyville. Put it on us. They beat us to 11-12-0 maybe. And then we lost 1-0 to Yorktown, or 5-4 to Yorktown.
Okay, good record, man.
Yes, yep. Girls are playing well.
I know you're proud of them.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's coming up? What's on the agenda?
East Central tonight, home game. Then we got Lawrenceburg's coming up. We got senior night coming up, but we got that's next week. We got Lawrenceburg this week and next week. We got Rushville coming up. This weekend's a big Columbus North tournament. There's a lot of good teams in that one, so we'll see where we stand come this weekend.
What about the conference?
Conference, a win tonight will give us at least a share of the conference.
Okay, great.
We're 11-0 or 10-0, soon to be 11-0 after tonight, I hope. The girls are really taking the conference seriously. They want that conference. We went undefeated last year in conference, and they're trying to do the same thing. So they're pumped up for that.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Sam, this is a good team.
It is a good team,
Yeah.
and that's great to hear. You obviously got some good players. Who has been playing well for you?
Several. Sarah and Rayleigh, they're both hitting, seems like home run at least every other game. Bailey Spurlock's always solid at third base. And our two pitchers, Shelby and Kindred, are really stepping up this year. They're all seniors. So then we had Jade Green come in the other night. She, against Franklin County, we needed her. She stepped up, and I think she went almost 4 innings and only gave up 1 hit.
Great.
So
great.
Yep. So
Pitching really makes a difference
it does.
in that game.
It does.
You got this tournament coming up, Columbus North, over the weekend. That helped prepare you for sectional play.
It will.
Right?
It should. That's the goal. Like we picked that one up. This is the first time playing in that one, and that should playing better teams should get us ready for the sectional. So I'm looking forward to it.
And that's down at Columbus North.
It is. Yes.
So people want to come see that. What time do you play?
Oh, I'd have to look at the schedule. It's like 10 o'clock maybe.
Okay.
And then we play a team from Kentucky's coming up, and they're supposed to be pretty good. So we'll play them, and then we got Columbus East. Then if we win both of them, that should put us in the championship against Columbus North if they win too. So.
And you told me they're the #1 ranked.
They are.
Wow.
First time in school history they were #1. So. Unless they lost over the weekend, which I don't think they did. I think they had prom like we did. So.
Yeah. How's prom? I know that was Saturday night. How will that affect your team tonight?
We'll see, because we actually gave them off Friday too. So they've been 3 days without doing anything. So.
Yeah.
I did see a couple of them got out yesterday and got some swings in, so we'll see. 3 days off. You never know. Sometimes that could be refreshing and get them going, so we'll see.
Yeah, sometimes step back, take
Yep.
a little break, and think about something else. I'm sure they had a good time.
Yeah, oh yeah, yep. I ain't heard the stories yet, but I'm sure I'll hear them today.
Well, I hope they're stories you want to hear.
Yeah, yep. It's a good group, so I know they have fun.
Yeah, it's that's an exciting time for the young people to get to go to prom and get dressed up and show off a little bit.
Yeah, they don't look the same.
No.
I'm used to the ponytails and
the uniforms.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Yep. They look different.
When's the sectional start?
The 22nd.
Right around the corner.
Yes. We don't play till the 23rd. We got the second day. So we got Lawrenceburg, Franklin County, and South Dearborn got the first game. They'll play the first day. Whoever wins that plays Rushville, I believe. And then we play the winner of Greensburg-Batesville.
So you have to look ahead and plan your pitching in advance, don't you?
Not so much like baseball you do. In softball, the same pitcher can pitch every night.
Okay.
But we've got 4 really good pitchers, so
That's good.
it just depends on who's hot that night. Who looks good in warm-ups, probably who we're going to start. So, yeah, but the same pitcher can pitch every night if we needed her to.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Because
they say the underarm style of pitching, it's not hard on
it's
your arm.
normal,
Yeah.
whereas
normal,
in baseball, it's not normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's interesting. I wonder how many people realize that, Steve.
everybody in the softball world, you'll see it. I mean, even in college, you'll see like I was watching Alabama and somebody last night or Saturday, and their number one pitched back-to-back days. So, and 100 pitches plus each day. So, yeah.
Looks like that'd be awfully tiring, even though it is a natural motion.
Yeah, for sure. My oldest daughter was a pitcher, and she pitched several games in a day before. But yeah, she was wore out.
So they hit the weight room in order to have that strength, or how's that?
Yeah,
work?
we hit the weight room from November all the way up till first part of the season. We just backed it off since season starting. We only do light band stretches and stuff like that for the pitchers, but pretty much during the season we don't do too much in the weight room. Of course, we're playing. It seems like every other day.
Right, you don't have time to.
Yeah. On a rainy day, we have went in there a few times.
Well, hopefully the rain holds off.
Yes.
Today, you can play in the rain as long as it's not lightning, correct?
Correct.
I mean,
Yep.
you don't want it just a downpour,
Right. Yeah.
but a few sprinkles don't hurt you.
Right. Yep.
How does a pitcher keep their arm in shape? Put it in water or soak it?
So after every game, we've even seen some of the non-pitchers will actually ice their arm. I know Bailey Spurlock
Okay.
ices her arm a lot after a game. So just get with the trainer after the game, and she normally knows the main ones that come see her after every game. And even when we go away games, they'll find a trainer and they just put ice on there and then wrap it up so it stays on there.
Interesting. Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
So you win sectional, where will regional be?
I believe here.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Sectionals at Franklin County, you say? Is that?
Sectionals are here.
Oh, sectionals are here. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'm getting mixed up. Well, that's good.
Yep.
Good as well. That home field advantage.
Yeah.
That fields are all supposed to be
Yeah.
the same, similar, but there's nothing like playing at home and hopefully a good crowd.
Yes, we had youth night the other night, and I've never seen that many people at a softball game. It was fun to see. I'm glad the girls that came out and watched the girls play. It was pretty good.
Well, that's good because the younger kids get excited about it.
They
and
did. You got to hear them cheering. They was
builds your
cheering.
program.
Yes. Every girl that came up to the bat, they was cheering. They was hollering her name, and it was pretty good, pretty exciting.
That's fun.
Yeah. It was a good night.
How about seniors, juniors, and so on?
Oh, I'll probably mess up, but we got 5 seniors. We got Sarah Ruble, Bailey Spurlock, Shelby Woski, Kindred Conley, and Sydney Duncan. Juniors, we got, I believe, 3. We got McKenna Lucas, Tegan Glob. Who am I going to miss here? I know there's a third one there. Oh, Alec McHenry. Sophomores. Ooh. Carmen Ruble, Bree Brock, Jade Green.
So you guys are going to be okay for years to come, it looks
We're
like.
losing 5 seniors. I mean, 2 pitchers, a shortstop and third base, and one of the outfielders. So we'll be losing a lot.
We'll have to reload, as
We'll
they
have
say.
to. We got some freshmen or 8th graders maybe come up and maybe give us some chance of playing some varsity, but we do got some freshmen this year that's looking pretty good too. So
Good. How's the JV team doing?
good. They got a winning record. I'm not sure. Seems like they've lost a lot of games due to other teams not having JV, so they've lost a lot of games. But they're doing well. Good coaches. They do a really good job with them. So
I know you're the head coach. What about your helpers?
we got Ashley Ruble, which is my daughter, and then Mike Brock is the hitting coach.
Okay.
So Ashley takes care of the pitchers, and Mike takes care of the hitters, and I pretty much do the defensive side.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike's doing a really good job. We're hitting really well this year. So
Yeah. You coach at third base?
I do.
Okay. Who
Yeah.
coaches at first?
Ashley.
Okay.
Yep. Seems to work out pretty good. Sometimes I think she needs to replace me over in third. I'm a little bit too aggressive sometimes. I like.
Calm you down, though.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, sometimes it pays to gamble.
Yeah. Sometimes it can cost you too.
Yeah. But when you make it, then
Yeah.
it's that much more exciting.
It is. Yep. And the girls are fun to watch, especially on the bases. They like making the other team throw the ball and make them have to make the play. So it's pretty exciting sometimes. Sometimes it scares me, even me, and I'm aggressive. So
Yeah.
So they like to steal a base?
they do. They do. They like trying to turn that single into a double.
Okay.
So
And you got some pretty good quickness then, too.
we do. Yes. I don't know how many stolen bases we have, but I think at least 3/4 of the team's got a stolen base on the team. So
Great.
yeah,
That wins you some ball games.
it does.
Sure it does.
Yes, getting from first to second's huge, in baseball and softball, getting scoring position. So, and the girls take advantage of that kind of thing. So, if there's a, they always watch. You know, they round first, and if it looks like the ball's going to be a bad throw, they're going to take advantage of it. So they're trying to pick up on everything. So
That's good.
yes,
These kids have to be smart to figure that out.
yes, yep. They're never satisfied, which is what I like. So,
Absolutely right.
Do you know what your combined batting average is?
for the team,
Yeah.
I do not. I would say it's probably close to 400.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
I know we
good.
got one that's batting 6, several that's in the 500s. So we might even be 450 or above. I about bet we're at least 400.
That's got to be scary for the opponent.
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
Oh, everybody says we've been to several places and they said we're the best hitting team. They've seen, even Yorktown, we played them. They beat us 5-4, but the coach even came up and said, "You got the best hitting team that we've seen in 2 years." So.
So, Fran, talk a little bit about your JV team. What about the middle school? How are they doing?
Oh, so they've got, I'm not sure what their record is. I know both of them's right around, the 7th grade's got a winning record. I think 8th grade might be right around 500. They're doing well. They got some good players coming up.
It's where they learn, though.
It is. Yeah. So yeah, they're really not focusing too much on the win. They're trying to develop the girls and
Get them ready for you.
get them ready. Yep. And they're doing a really good job with that. So
Good. Who do you have down there?
we got Dusty Selby.
Uh-huh.
And Justin McHenry does the 8th grade. Then we got Bob Kemp and Blaze Escobar on the 7th grade.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
These youngsters are doing well, though.
oh yeah,
Sure.
yes, doing real well.
It's fares well for the varsity and JV team when they get to high school.
Yes, it help us out, big time. So, they're actually a lot of times you'll see them at our game just watching. The coach will make them come to our game and just watch. So, and then we'll have sometimes we'll have they practice with us twice. So 8th grade will practice with us, and then the 7th grade will practice with the JV.
Oh, yeah.
So we've done that a couple times this year.
Yeah, that's a good gauge for them to see what they have to work on, I'm
Yes.
sure.
And the high school girls are really good as far as teaching them and talking to them and making them feel good. So it's pretty
Patience
good.
and-
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. So, what time tonight's game?
Oh, I thought it was 5:30, but one of the girls corrected me and said it was at 5, which I find hard to believe since they're coming from East Central. But so I'll have to make sure we're ready by 5.
Yeah,
The event link says 5, but I'm pretty sure it's probably 5:30 since they're coming from East Central.
probably. And, yeah, rush hour time and all
Yes.
that. It takes a little while to get up.
Unless they get out of school earlier than we do, that'd be pushing it getting here. So.
Great. You guys, of course, with daylight savings time, you ought to be able to get a game in, but you guys got lights
We
now?
do.
Yeah, which is a big plus, and I'm sure that helps us be able to host sectional and regional.
Yes, I don't think we could host them without that. So that worked out really good for us. So
Good, yeah, nice facilities we have out there.
We do.
And on the CHS campus.
we do. Looks really nice. So we got 2 fields and 4 teams are using them. So seems like there's always somebody out there.
No, we're getting our money's worth that way.
Yeah. And Brian Edgecombe does a really good job.
Oh, he's, no
Taking
matter
care of
what he touches, it looks good.
Yeah. He puts a lot of time out there. So
Yes. Yeah.
Where does the middle school play their games?
depends. If we're playing, we got 2 fields. So if we're playing, the varsity's playing, or JV's playing, then they'll play on the other field. I don't think they've had to yet, but last year they had to go down at the industrial field for the park.
Okay.
I don't think they've had to do that this year. But we do got that option.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, at least you got enough fields to handle a crowd.
Yes. Yeah. And we've had a pretty good crowd. We've had several occasions where varsity and JV's playing, and 7th and 8th grades playing on the other field.
Okay.
So a lot going on out there sometimes.
Folks show up pretty good for your games?
No, yeah, they do. They do.
good.
It's Connorsville, right? So I mean,
That's
they
right.
Well, that's right.
they support their team, so which is pretty good.
That's
Bring
a
their
middle
lawn
name,
chairs
isn't it?
and
Yes. Yep. I mean, we've been to several games, and there just hardly no one shows up for the away games, so which is kind of sad, but because I'm sure their team's working just as hard as we are.
oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's just we support our athletes here in Connorsville, no matter the sport. It seems like
Connorsville does do that. That's for sure.
That's a good thing to be known for.
It is. Yep. Yep.
Well, I hope you guys do well when the tournament comes. I know you're very
Thank you.
anxious to get into it and to do well.
Yes.
What about your past record in tournament?
Oh, the last 2 years we lost in the championship. Last year we lost 1-0,
Who to?
Franklin County. That pitcher ended up going. She ended up going to college. It's close. It's within 2 hours. I was just talking to the parents the other day. And then the year before that we lost to Greensburg. And it seems like that was a one-run game too. And I'd have to go back and double check, but
Third time's a charm? Hope so.
I hope so. I hope so.
Do you have some kids going on to play at the next level?
We do. I know Shelby's going. I think Kendrick, both of the senior pitchers are. I know one of them is. The other one's talking about going to Indiana Tech.
Indiana Tech, that's Fort Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got a couple other ones that could if they wanted to, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what they decide.
Got to wanna.
Yeah, you got to want it, and then in college you really got to want it. So
Yeah.
that's a big commitment. So
Big commitment because the academics get much harder as well. So.
yes. Yeah.
And it's the time management when you get to college. That,
Yeah.
That's a
Well-
big step, isn't it, from high school to college?
It is. Very demanding. I've talked to a few of the girls that I've coached in the past that's in college now playing, and they're used to being the star of the team.
Sure.
Going up there as a freshman, they're just not. They gotta earn their spot. So
Have to get in line, right?
you have to get in line. So yeah, it's a big change for them.
Oh, I'll bet. Yeah, it takes a big adjustment.
Yes. Yeah, big adjustment. So even the girl from Union County, Sophia Knock, she went to a D1 school and she's doing well for her team, but it was just, I think it was a little bit of shock to her not being able to be the starter. And
yeah, you go from a school of 400 or 500
Yeah.
to a D1 program.
Right.
That would have to be a shock.
Yeah.
And yeah, the small fish in the big puddle then.
yeah, and I would be willing, but she could have went D1 in soccer too. She's a really good athlete. So yeah.
But just going on is quite a challenge.
Yes.
And the girls will make the right decision.
They
I'm
will.
Sure. What's
Just as
right
long as
for
they're
them.
doing it for what they want. I would rather see them go to college for what they want to do with their life, and then if it just happens to go along with playing softball, goes along with that, then so be it. But
Yeah, not going to make a living at
right,
it.
yeah,
But a lot of good lessons to be learned.
yes,
Life lessons.
life lessons, yeah,
Actually, the play sports have to be good students.
for sure, yes. And most of our girls make pretty good grades, so
Oh, sure they do.
Yeah. Which is, I'm probably more proud of that than anything. So.
Well, right, you have a right to be, right?
Yeah.
That's probably one of the coach's main aim, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Turn these kids into students and responsible citizens.
Yeah, students first. Yeah,
That's right.
That's why they say student athlete.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, it's great. It's great that you take the interest and you've had your girls play, and that has to be very gratifying for you. But on the other hand, how do you separate that at home? Or do you?
Oh, well, so we played travel a lot, and just a car ride home was just it was hard. It's hard to separate being the coach and being the dad. I'm just happy that my wife was being the mom, where she could be the
be the go-between, the referee.
Yeah, the referee.
umpire.
She was always encouraging. If I was the one that was always being hard on them, she was always the one that built them back up. So I got to thank her for that. So
Great, right. That's those are memories that nobody can take away from you, though.
no.
That's a good thing.
And then now I got my oldest daughter's coaching with me, so that was like a dream come true.
Yeah, that's a real bonus there.
Yeah. And she's doing a really good job making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. She stays on top of that. So
Maybe she'll want to take it over when you're done.
we'll see. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon.
Right, right.
So,
How long have you been coaching at CHS?
this is my 4th year.
Okay. And before that, did you have some experience?
Coached travel softball for 12 years or so. Yeah.
Well, you've got quite a few years on your belt,
Yeah.
under your belt.
I love it. Enjoy it. So,
Well, you have to be. To coach well, you have to enjoy it.
yeah.
At travel ball, as I remember when I had my younger son traveled with Babe Ruth some, and it can get expensive. It gets very time consuming, and it is very expensive. Time, your gas, and if you got to stay overnight, and your food, and all that. So it's a big commitment from the family.
It is. Well, we ain't did travel for a couple years now, but I've still stay in touch with some of them. And the cost, it seems like it's doubled in like a couple years. It's
Yeah, well, just look what restaurants cost now,
Yeah.
and I know hotels about doubled.
yes, yeah. So I went to a tournament here with the youth, the brats with bats here in town here a couple weeks ago. I went for one day, and when I walked in, the lady said $15. I was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "I'm only here for one day." She goes, "Yep, still $15." I was like, "Phew." Yeah, so I can remember it used to be $5 back when we used to play, so for one day. So
Then you go to a concession stand, and the drinks are high, and the
Yep.
popcorn's high. And,
yep.
but it's good entertainment.
It is. It is. But it'd be a lot more better entertainment if it was cheaper.
How far do you travel usually in travel ball?
And travel, we've been all the way to Las Vegas.
Really?
Yes. We went to Florida, Tennessee, Oklahoma.
My.
Yeah, so we've been pretty much everywhere.
So it's not a close to home deal.
Well, that's the farthest. So we try to stay in Indiana or Ohio.
Yes.
So, but yeah, we do pick a few tournaments. 1, 2, maybe 3 a year where we'd go out of state. Or
Is there some kind of a championship in travel ball?
it can be. So the Florida one we always went to was always like a national championship. The one in Las Vegas was just an invite. You had to be a pretty good team just to get in it. So we went out there for that one. That was in like January, February. It was actually nice out there then.
I would think so.
Yeah, it was good weather out there. So that was a good one. I had a lot of memories for that one. So yeah.
I'll bet. Well, your girls, as I said, are doing well, and we want to continue on. And with just 3 losses, with 17 wins, did you say?
16.
16. So
Yep.
So yeah, so that's 19 games you've played, and how many for the season then before sectional total do you?
Normally you get 26 games and then one tournament. So you can have 28, 29 games. We did lose one, which I really hated to lose, Pendleton Heights. We just lost them last week, and they're ranked in the top 10. So I really wanted that game, but their schedule and our schedule, we couldn't get it made up.
Weather related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so this is last week, so our schedule moving forward and their schedule moving forward, we just couldn't get an open date where we can play each other.
Closer you get to sectional, the harder it gets
Yes.
too.
Yeah, because we still got to leave dates open in case we got a rain out and we got a conference game. We got to make up our conference games. So.
can your girls, or do they have other sports?
Yes, most of them play at least 2 sports.
Okay.
We do have a couple that only play one sport. But, for the most part, most of them play multiple sports.
And what are the sports in the other seasons that they can participate in?
So you got volleyball in the fall,
Okay.
basketball in the winter,
Sure.
golf in the fall, Well, you got swimming in the winter.
Cross country in the fall.
Cross country. Yeah. Soccer in the fall.
So it keeps them busy, and
They
that
do.
helps to be
Yes.
another sport, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, most of them come in already somewhat
In
fit.
shape, you're
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
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 Right. That's great.
They're just different shapes, between coming from basketball, coming to softball, there's different muscles you're going to have to use, but for the most part, they're in shape. So.
Cardio-wise, they ought
Yeah.
to be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes your job easier.
It does. It does. Yeah.
Save the best for last, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If there is such a thing as a saying easy in coaching, I don't know how you fellows do it, but
Yeah. Well, you got to love it for one.
sure.
It don't pay enough to not love it, and do it. So.
And you have to have a pretty understanding employer that allows you to get away when you
Yes.
need to, I would think.
Yes, and Brett does a really good job with me. He's always been fair and treated me really well. So
We can plug him a little bit. Where is this that you work?
Fayette Tool.
That's what I thought. I just wanted you to say it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, good people up there.
yes, yes. Fayette Tool's really good, and Brett's super. So
Great.
yeah,
Well, the season comes in, and I know you're sort of sad to see senior nights and the season in its final days and things, but
senior night's next Monday, the 15th.
okay.
So
Especially when you got one of your own graduate.
yep, yep,
Yeah, that's got to be very bittersweet that you want to see her go on and do well. But,
Right.
But we'll be out of the nest one of these days.
yeah.
You have any more youngsters coming up?
I got a sophomore.
Okay,
Yeah, she's our catcher. So
good deal.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to get her placed. I pushed her to play basketball in middle school, and then she got to high school, and it's just not her thing. But
Dribbling's not her thing. huh?
no, I wish. She's quick, but yeah,
Well, she'll do well, though, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
You said she's a catcher?
she is.
Good, good.
Yep. Catcher, and she's got a really good arm. So
That's a tough position.
yeah, real. It's so she's got injured here not recently, and my wife was telling me you need to check on Carmen. She'd been complaining about her leg for a while, and I was like, okay. Well, I looked at it. She had a pretty good bruise on her leg. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was that bad. But she sucked it up. She stayed in there. So, yeah.
Fran, if I may, I'd like to say, last week I said something about new girls basketball coach. We learned today that our boys basketball coach will be leaving CHS. We certainly hate to see him go. Kerry Brown
right.
has done a wonderful job. I think he's on the Mount Rushmore of high school coaches here
I
at
agree.
Connersville. And I look back at some of the great ones of three of them that are Hall of Famers, Mose Pruitt, Myron Dickerson, Basil Malby, and I'd put Kerry Brown right up there with him.
Absolutely,
So
yes.
wish him well. It's a sad day, I think, for Connersville and that he's leaving, but he's brought us a lot of joy and pleasure and helped mold a lot of young men.
Kerry's been great to the city of Connersville and the fans, and I know they join us in hoping the best for Kerry, and sorry to see him go.
Yes.
But the sun will come up tomorrow, and I'm confident that we will find a replacement that can carry on the tradition of Spartan Connersville boys basketball.
Well said, Sam, and everybody. Thanks for joining us here on tonight's program with Steve Ruble. We appreciate you watching the Spartan Sports Report on TV3. Have a nice evening.